Hi guys, and welcome back to the Cassie projects. That was weird. Well, today we're gonna be painting on my Macbook. Why? Because it's a bit boring. I love it. I love my Macbook. It's not very interesting, is it, for the Cassie project? So we need to do something. We need to do some customization. Still not quite decided how I'm gonna do this. Now, there's lots of different options with painting on cases. I could just put a piece of paper underneath it and then cover it up with the case, and then I could just change it up all the time. Or we could make it more, you know, solid and use pens and acrylic paint. And we could paint on the underside so it's nice and shiny on the top. Now, I thought about all these things. And you know how I love doing watercolour? Well, I actually bought this stuff. Oh, I've messed everything up now. Plonk. So I bought this stuff. I forgot what it's called. It's watercolour ground. And apparently, this magic stuff can turn anything into watercolour paper. Is this true? I don't know. I've not tried it before. Create a paintable surface for watercolour. Non-absorbent surfaces. Glass, plastic, metal. For best results, this will need to be abraded before application. So it works on plastic. It just doesn't seem natural. It might not work, and I'm really nervous because I'm going to put all this work in and it might not even work. So I thought what I could do was do like a big landscape scene. I'm thinking like the seaside with a wall. You know how you like sit on the wall at the seaside eating ice cream, but instead of people it's going to be gonks. So that was my idea for this, was like a landscape setting for my gonks. I think I need to do some sketching first, try and make some kind of plan, and then get crazy. First up, we need to sand down this MacBook case, and I really did give it a good sand with some very coarse sandpaper. And here is the watercolour ground. So as you can see, this is the consistency of it, not what I was expecting at all. So yeah, I'm just going to apply this to the MacBook case. This is a really strange texture. When I painted it, it felt like I was using something in between PVA glue and paint. It's a really interesting consistency. But now it's on there and kind of drying, it's almost created like a liney texture, which is really strange. I can't quite make sense of it, but I can see the little like grains of stuff. It looks almost like watercolour paper. I don't know if I'm going to need to do a second coat. But I've just realised it's transparent, annoyingly, and not white. So maybe I should have gessoed it first and then just done one layer of this. Never mind, but I might do a second coat. We'll see what it looks like when it's dry. I did actually end up doing 2 coats of the watercolour ground. Probably could have done with just one, but I went for 2 coats. I'm going to use my Sakura micro pen, and then I'm going to go in with my watercolour paint. Now, this was just a crazy moment for me. I couldn't believe I was painting watercolour on plastic, and oh my gosh, it was amazing. I can't get over how good this stuff is. It's like painting on really good watercolour paper to be able to paint on plastic is just insane. It absorbs loads of water. I wasn't expecting this. I thought it was still going to run, but it doesn't run. This is so weird. Oh, how fascinating. When you put in the paint on it, even though I feel like I might be using a bit more paint than usual, it's really pigmented because it absorbs the water and leaves loads of colour there, which, yeah, it's fun. This is so much fun. This is not what I was expecting at all. I can't believe this has worked. I think we should look up how this works. Hi, I'm the scientist of the Cassie projects. Basically, it's like a gesso. It's an acrylic paint, but it's got something mixed in with it to make it absorbent. Because if you just use gesso, the watercolour, it just kind of runs off it. It doesn't absorb. What they do is they mix some type of chalk in there. And this gives it the absorbency that it needs to become watercolour paper. This is so cool because this means that we could actually make this stuff ourselves as well. Obviously, I think this is going to be the creme de la creme version, but it says you can mix it with gesso, PVA, and then add some kind of chalk, and someone mentioned gypsum. Gypsum? I don't know how to pronounce that. But this gives us like options to do all sorts of colours. So excited I can't pronounce my words. That's the science behind it. Yeah, it's cool stuff. I recommend it. I love this. It's cool. It's fun. Yeah! I really wanted to do a few close-ups just so you could see what it felt like as I was painting. It's kind of hard to explain these things, so I did a few close-ups just so you could really kind of grasp what the texture of the ground was like and what it was like to paint on it. It just felt like watercolour paper, really. Very absorbent watercolour paper. I changed some things up compared to the sketch that I did originally. I did end up giving her normal legs instead of rope legs because it just weren't sitting right because the rest of them had kind of normal legs. And then the first gonk is actually stood up now instead of sat on the wall. And then I went in with my black Posca pen. This is the fine liner one, and I just went round all the outside to bring out that cartoony look again, and I just felt like that finished it off a little bit more. And then I'm going in with the Rust-Oleum Crystal Clear top coat. Let's look at the reveal shot. Like me, you like getting creative, not just art, not just crafts, but even if it's DIY or baking or gardening, whatever you're into that allows you to get creative, then feel free to come and join my Facebook group. It's called Cassie's Creativity Club, and basically we just share our artwork. We encourage each other, inspire each other. Absolutely love sharing your creations. And this week's creation is made by Christy Harrington Brown. She has done a fantastic page in her create this book. It's choose one colour. She decided to go for red, her favourite colour, which is also my favourite colour, and I love how she did this. At first she really struggled with it, but she went back to it, kept going, and has got this incredible result from it. So well done, Krista, you've done a fantastic job. And a random comment of the week is from Alyssa Alexander. They've put, please do wreck this journal. I really like wreck this journal, and also I got a new book and I really like your ideas. Thank you so much, Alyssa. Yes, wreck this journal will be coming soon. I promise I will be doing one in the next couple of weeks, and I'm so pleased that you're enjoying my content, you're enjoying my ideas. I'm really glad that it's helping a lot of people. So yeah, I look forward to doing my next Wreck This Journal episode, especially for you, Alyssa. If you haven't already, feel free to subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate the support, and I'll see you all next week. Bye.